2,500 body count. 90 Day Fiancé star Sarper's an awful partner. Her family will never forgive him. Sarper Güven from 90 Day Fiancé may have a humorous and engaging personality, but he may not be the best husband material. Sarper first met Shekinah Garner in Istanbul, Turkey, after they matched on a dating app. Their first meeting went well, but Sarper didn't anticipate their relationship progressing further than a one-night stand. However, their casual encounter evolved into a serious, committed relationship. Sarper and Shekinah decided to showcase their unique love story in 90 Day Fiancé, The Other Way Season 5, where they appeared overly focused on their physical appearances. Sarper, a personal trainer, wanted Shekinah to maintain a specific weight and wear outfits he preferred. In one scene, he brought out a scale to measure Shekinah's weight, even though she was hesitant. At the same time, Shekinah tried to control Sarper by asking him to stop training female clients and acknowledge their relationship on social media. Despite their seeming lack of compatibility, the couple eventually got engaged in 90 Day Fiancé, The Other Way Season 6. Shekinah filed for Sarper's K-1 visa, and he moved from Turkey to the United States. Sarper's sexist bragging is a red flag. Sarper has little regard for Shekinah. Sarper and Shekinah are currently featured in 90 Day Fiancé Season 11, and their relationship is deteriorating. They are now questioning whether they want to marry each other. Sarper claims to have left his bad boy past behind and become a kind gentleman, but his actions towards Shekinah show otherwise. Despite claiming to love her, Sarper lacks respect for Shekinah. He seems to use emotional manipulation to keep her in his life, treating her as a trophy. Sarper frequently boasts about his past of being intimate with 2,500 women, which is concerning to Shekinah and viewers alike. Recently, Sarper met Shekinah's family intending to make a good impression on them. While he apologized for his past aggressive behavior towards Shekinah, his apology seemed insincere. Sarper shouldn't have tried to justify his actions by claiming that all men are feisty, and he is just a tough man. Shekinah's sisters were willing to give him a chance but took his words with a grain of salt. They may refuse to welcome him into their family if he doesn't change his bad boy behavior. Shekinah's sisters are strong-willed women who won't be swayed by Sarper's smooth talking. Sarper always threatens to leave her. Sarper directs his anger at Shekinah. Understandably, Sarper has been feeling lonely since moving to the United States. He can't maintain the same routine he had in Turkey and doesn't have a driving license, which leads to feelings of depression. However, it's wrong for him to take out his frustration on Shekinah. Blaming Shekinah for their relationship problems while ignoring his disrespectful behavior towards her is unjust. Sarper doesn't appear happy in America and frequently mentions how easy it would be for him to end their relationship and return to his home country. Sarper says she'll cry for years if he leaves. Sarper refuses to accept his mistakes. In a recent episode of 90 Day Fiancé Season 11, Sarper and Shekinah discussed their problems. She mentioned that he was behaving recklessly in their relationship. Instead of acknowledging his mistake, Sarper told Shekinah, "If we break up, you will cry for years for me. I know you. I am the most perfect match for you." Sarper refuses to admit his faults, and Shekinah's family has noticed that. It appears the 90 Day Fiancé cast member may not be ready to commit as a husband and is quick to consider leaving at the first sign of difficulty. Sarper Güven might have fans thinking he's gone from bad boy to dream guy, but not everyone's buying the transformation. The 90 Day Fiancé star made waves on The Other Way Season 5 with Shekinah Garner, showing off his over-the-top confidence and controlling habits. From constantly reminding Shekinah that he's been with over 2,500 women to nitpicking Shekinah's appearance and weight, Sarper raised more than a few eyebrows. He may be turning on the charm now, but is it a real change or just a cleverly polished act? Sarper insulted Shekinah in front of her sister, and during an argument that reportedly turned physical, he even pulled out Shekinah's hair. His vanity was not the only red flag, there were many others that Shekinah chose to ignore. Despite his behavior, she agreed to marry him and brought him to the U.S. Once in America, Sarper seemed to adopt a new persona. He suddenly became more likable to fans, while Shekinah began to appear controlling. This drastic shift raised questions. Was Sarper's transformation genuine, or was it something he had planned all along? Sarper's jab at Dan was a low blow. Sarper is trying to distance Shekinah from her friends. Sarper had his first stand-up comedy show in America in episode 13 and was full of confidence. With a colorful past and no work permit yet, he figured open mics were a good way to share his experiences and maybe earn some laughs. But Shekinah had her doubts, warning him that what he found funny might not land the same way with an audience. She was right. Sarper's jokes, loaded with awkward sexual innuendos, fell flat. To make matters worse, he took an unnecessary jab at Dan, who had shown up just to support him. Let's imagine you are all sexually healthy and attractive men. Okay? Even you, Dan. Just imagine. I know it's hard. Shekinah felt embarrassed by Sarper's unnecessary dig at Dan and wanted the awkward situation and the show to be over. While she tried to stay supportive, she made it clear that her friends were like her chosen family, especially since she had a strained relationship with her biological family. Dan was someone she deeply valued. She warned Sarper that if her friends started to dislike him, it would cause serious problems in their relationship. Shekinah had been down that road before with exes who clashed with her inner circle, and, as she put it, it was hell to deal with. Sarper is still in America. Sarper threatened Shekinah that he was going back to Turkey. Sarper had a good time in Montana meeting Shekinah's family. He somehow managed to impress them and seemingly also fooled them into believing he had changed. However, once they came back to Los Angeles, Sarper got into a major argument with Shekinah over practically nothing. He called her useless and said that her face was his problem, especially after Shekinah had come home from a long day at work and cooked a hot meal for him. Sarper told Shekinah, "I'm going back to my country." Sarper told his cousin that he'd almost even booked his flight tickets for Turkey. Interestingly, these events may have been filmed a year ago. Sarper is still in America, and from the looks of it, he is thriving. Now that he has a work permit, Shekinah seems to have helped him get a job that he enjoys in Hollywood. Sarper does something called a boot laugh, which is a 1-hour non-stop dance and workout session with comedy, exercise, and dance. Sarper has made Los Angeles his home, and he fits right in, suggesting that all his homesickness and threats about leaving were just him creating drama. Shekinah has made more sacrifices than Sarper. Sarper is playing the victim, he accuses others of doing it. Sarper made the environment in Shekinah's house tense and awkward. She took him to some parties in LA to make him feel comfortable. However, things got bad when Sarper had one of his bad moods. Sarper did not acknowledge Shekinah making such huge adjustments to her life for him to live with her. She packed her entire workspace and moved it out to a different space. Shekinah couldn't even leave during arguments because Sarper was in America now, and he knew Shekinah would have nowhere to escape to. Still, it's 90 Day Fiancé's Sarper who somehow gets all the sympathy. 90 Day Fiancé's Sarper Güven should never have been cast. His mygacia stuff, 2,500 body count and threats to leave Shekinah make him an awful partner for a nice woman. Sarper Güven from 90 Day Fiancé is a terrible casting choice for the franchise, even though he claims to have changed himself since his debut season. Sarper was first seen in The Other Way Season 5 when Shekinah Garner was moving to Turkey for him. Shekinah's friends and family were not supportive of her decision, since Sarper was yet to make their relationship official on social media, and he had a colorful past he was proud of. Shekinah didn't see it as a red flag that 90 Day Fiancé's Shekinah Garner reveals huge new relationship update with Sarper Güven after hinting at split and confirming franchise exit. 90 Day Fiancé's Shekinah Garner divulged a major update on her relationship status after claiming she was leaving the show amid hints at a split from Sarper Güven. Shekinah and Sarper met in Turkey, and it led to the American woman moving to Turkey. He changed his ways for Shekinah. Sarper went from being the bad boy who slept with over 2,500 women to becoming a one-woman man. However, since Sarper moved to America on a K-1 visa, he didn't feel appreciated by Shekinah. In turn, the 90 Day Fiancé Season 11 star believed her partner could be more responsible in life. Shekinah recently sparked split rumors with Sarper and was confident that they wouldn't appear together in any new seasons. Now she has a new relationship update. Sarper's latest Instagram update showed that Shekinah may have been trying to mislead fans. His post was a Mother's Day message to the special women in his life. He wrote, "Mothers hold children's hand for a short time but their heart forever," in his caption, as one of the photos showed Sarper posing with Shekinah and his mother at the Venetian in Las Vegas. In a different photo, Sarper stood next to his mother, casually posing in a tropical outfit. Shekinah commented on Sarper's post by saying, "Love your sweet mama. Happy Mother's Day to her." What Shekinah's Mother's Day comment means for relationship with Sarper. Sarper seems to be upset with what Shekinah did. Interestingly, Sarper didn't tag Shekinah in the post or mention her in the caption, even though the message appeared to be directed at her. While Shekinah commented on the post, it doesn't seem like Sarper has responded yet. The two still appear to be at odds on social media, with Sarper possibly giving Shekinah the silent treatment. He felt she never acknowledged everything he had done for her, while Shekinah believed she made greater sacrifices and deserved recognition for them. Sarper began to regret moving to America, while Shekinah questioned whether marrying him was the right decision. The couple appear to be married now, as Sarper arrived in the U.S. in early 2024. However, Shekinah's recent admission that their relationship hit a rough patch and that nothing about it has been easy, followed by her commenting on his post, seems unusual. Shekinah might be trying to make amends for her past behavior by reaching out on Instagram and complimenting Sarper's mother. Our take on Shekinah and Sarper appearing to still be together. Are Shekinah and Sarper in trouble for breaking NDA? Sarper and Shekinah's storyline on 90 Day Fiancé is still a work in progress. They did have an argument in a recent episode in which Sarper even threatened to return to Turkey, but they made amends. Shekinah also shifted her office out of her house and supported Sarper's stand-up career. However, a lot may have happened since they filmed the show that fans don't know about. Since they are still together on camera, Sarper and Shekinah could be pretending to be together in real life so that they don't break their contract. Which 90 Day Fiancé wedding is the most iconic? The 90th franchise couple just got married. Which 90 Day Fiancé wedding stands out as the most unforgettable, and what made the 90th couple's ceremony unlike anything fans have ever seen? 90 Day Fiancé is a popular reality TV show that started on TLC in January 2014. It follows couples where one partner is from another country and has a K-1 visa, which lets them come to the US but means they must get married within 90 days. This tight deadline creates lots of drama and excitement as the couples deal with different cultures, family challenges, and the tricky parts of building a relationship across borders. Over the years, 90 Day Fiancé has become a huge hit, spawning many spin-offs like Before the 90 Days and The Other Way. These shows follow couples from different countries as they face challenges, culture clashes, and the ups and downs of love. Fans love the real, emotional stories that show how tough but rewarding international relationships can be. The 90 Day Fiancé Season 11 finale marks a big milestone with the 90th couple getting married on camera. This moment proves just how much the show celebrates love and commitment, no matter the obstacles couples face. Colt Johnson and Larissa Lima. 90 Day Fiancé Season 6. Just before her wedding to Colt, 90 Day Fiancé star Larissa was arrested in November 2018 on a misdemeanor domestic battery charge after a heated altercation with Colt. The incident stemmed from Larissa discovering Colt had purchased adult content, which led to a volatile argument. She posted alarming messages on Instagram, prompting a police visit. Although officers deemed her the aggressor and arrested her, the charges were ultimately dropped. Despite the public drama and legal issues, the couple moved forward with their plans and, surprisingly, still tied the knot later that year. Their decision to marry after such a public dispute shocked many fans of the show. While the arrest could have derailed their relationship, Colt and Larissa seemed determined to push through. However, Their marriage quickly became just as tumultuous as their courtship. Within months, they were involved in another altercation that resulted in Larissa's second arrest. Though the charges were later downgraded, it became clear the relationship was unstable. Colt filed for divorce in January 2019, just 7 months after they wed. Their brief and fiery union remains one of the most talked about in 90 Day Fiancé history. Mohammed Jbaili and Danielle Mullins. 90 Day Fiancé Season 2. The ceremony took place in a modest park in Ohio, with Danielle donning a simple white dress and Mohammed in a dark suit. The event was marked by awkwardness, including Danielle's struggle to see without her glasses and her bra strap slipping from her shoulder. However, the most notable moment occurred when Mohammed refused to kiss Danielle after they were pronounced husband and wife. He cited Ramadan as the reason, stating that public displays of affection were against his religious beliefs. This refusal stunned both the guests and viewers, highlighting the deep disconnect between the couple. Danielle later disclosed that Mohammed had criticized her hygiene, claiming she had an unpleasant odor and even accusing her of urinating on him. These allegations were publicly aired during a happily ever after reunion, where Mohammed stated that he had been intimate with Danielle only once after their marriage and that she had threatened to call immigration authorities to have him deported if he did not continue their sexual relationship. Their marriage eventually ended in divorce, but their wedding day remains a defining moment in 90 Day Fiancé history, symbolizing the complexities and challenges faced by couples in the franchise. Jovi Dufresne and Yara Zaya. 90 Day Fiancé Season 8. Jovi and Yara's wedding on 90 Day Fiancé Season 8 was iconic for its whirlwind nature and unforgettable setting. The couple had to rush their wedding plans because Yara was pregnant, and Jovi was scheduled to return to work offshore shortly after. With little time to plan, they tied the knot in a classic Las Vegas chapel, complete with an Elvis impersonator officiating the ceremony. Despite tensions leading up to the big day, including cultural differences, trust issues, and Yara's hesitation, the wedding was a memorable moment in the series. The quirky yet heartfelt ceremony perfectly reflected their unpredictable journey. Tigalili Taylor and Adnan Abdel Fattah. 90 Day Fiancé, before the 90 Days Season 7. Tigalili and Adnan's wedding on 90 Day Fiancé, before the 90 Days Season 7 is one of the franchise's most extraordinary stories. They met on Instagram in June 2023, and just 11 days later, Adnan proposed marriage. By September, Tigalili, a 41-year-old Texan mother of two, flew to Amman, Jordan, to meet 22-year-old Adnan in person. Despite having only known each other for a short time, they decided to marry the day they met. Their first meeting was captured on the show, highlighting the whirlwind nature of their relationship. The wedding, held on September 26, 2023, at Bibek Halls in Amman, was an extravagant celebration with 300 guests in attendance. Adnan planned the entire event himself in just 11 days. The ceremony embraced a royal theme, showcasing purple, blue, and white floral arrangements, a diverse international buffet, and even a Nutella fountain. The entertainment was equally grand, featuring 11 different performers. Tigalili wore 3 unique dresses, each representing different parts of the day. She later described the event as like 5 Disney movies all in one, but very Aladdin vibes, capturing its magical and culturally rich atmosphere. Brandon Danuccio and Mary Demasui. 90 Day Fiancé, The Other Way Season 5. Brandon and Mary's wedding on 90 Day Fiancé, The Other Way was memorable but fraught with unexpected challenges. Despite relationship tensions before the ceremony, the couple chose to commit and exchanged vows in a ceremony officiated by the town mayor. Mary was 5 months pregnant at the time, adding emotional weight to the day. The wedding was meant to be a joyous occasion, celebrating their love and future together. However, as the reception went on, things took a surprising turn that left both the couple and the guests unsettled. It's getting worse. It's not getting better. This is insane. During the celebration, a massive swarm of beetles descended on the venue, described by Brandon as a fog rolling in. Guests panicked as the insects overwhelmed the space, causing distress and some panic attacks. Mary was especially uncomfortable when insects got inside her dress, and Brandon even lost his wedding ring amid the chaos. The reception had to be evacuated, casting a shadow over the event. Despite the turmoil, Brandon and Mary remained committed to each other, making their wedding one of the most talked about in 90 Day Fiancé history. Sarper Güven and Shekinah Garner. 90 Day Fiancé Season 11. Sarper and Shekinah introduced a unique twist to their relationship by planning a wedding. They intended to marry in the comfort of their own bed, without a formal ceremony or guests. They became the 90th couple to marry on the show. Their ceremony was far from traditional, opting for a unique wedding instead. When asked about their plans, Sarper jokingly said, "We will have no wedding, we will have a bedding." The intimate event took place at a hotel in California, featuring a teal king-sized bed adorned with flowers, bringing Shekinah's vision to life in a deeply personal way. The decor for the 90 Day Fiancé ceremony was arranged by Courtney, Shekinah's cousin and wedding planner, creating a one-of-a-kind atmosphere. Sarper arrived dressed in a Chippendale-style outfit, likening himself to Patrick Swayze, while Shekinah wore a lingerie-inspired dress instead of a traditional gown. A violinist provided soft music as she walked in, and the ceremony was officiated by Chris, with the couple seated on the bed. Shekinah read heartfelt vows from her phone, expressing her complete love, and Sarper responded by reflecting on how meeting her transformed his chaotic life.